Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Ramblings of a 42-Year-Old Man. Chris Smith here again, and today I'm going to talk about a couple movies I've watched on Netflix recently. Both of them, one was released last year, one was actually released just last week on Netflix, and that one would be The Pale Blue Eye, which is a murder mystery, kind of gothic in style, involves Edgar Allan Poe actually as one of the characters in it. And then the second film I'm going to talk about is a Norwegian movie, Troll, which kind of goes into some of the Norwegian mythology of trolls in that country. So starting with The Pale Blue Eye, again, it was released on Netflix just last week, directed by Scott Cooper, who most recently directed the supernatural film Antlers that starred Kerry Russell. I believe that was last year, possibly the year before, or it was early last year, I believe. He also directed Crazy Heart back in the day that earned Jeff Bridges his Academy Award. He's done a lot of work with Christian Bale in the past. I think Christian Bale is in this movie, and this is their third movie together. So going into Christian Bale, obviously most people know him as Batman from the Christopher Nolan films. I first saw him in American Psycho, and then I was really impressed with him from the movie Equilibrium that came out late 90s, early 2000s, kind of an indie sci-fi action movie that I really enjoyed that he was in. And then, of course, he became Batman, and he's been in a lot of stuff. He's earned an Academy Award himself for The Fighter, and done a lot of work with great supporting roles and some leading roles as well. In addition to Christian Bale, Edgar Allan Poe is a character in this movie, and he is played by Henry Melling, who most famously is Dudley from the Harry Potter movies. So a lot of us probably watched him growing up over the years in those movies. But he also had a part in The Queen's Gambit that was recently on Netflix with Anya Taylor-Joy in it. And so he is playing the character of Edgar Allan Poe. I'll get into kind of the acting of the movie, which I'll just tell you right now, I thought the acting was great in this movie. We also have Lucy Boynton in this, who most recently was in Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen biopic that came out a couple years ago. And then I most recently saw her in a BBC show called Why Didn't They Ask Evans, which is based on an Agatha Christie mystery book. And that actually kind of ties in a little bit with this movie. So this movie is kind of a gothic murder mystery and takes place in the, I think, 1800s, maybe early 1900s. Anyway, it's kind of that older period piece gothic style. And really moody, a lot of dark colors. The cinematography is really deep blues and grays and stuff. So very atmospheric. And as I mentioned, the acting's great. I mean, I think Christian Bale, and just about anything he's in, I'm going to really enjoy. I think he's always acts amazing. Even Thor: Love and Thunder last year, which I know a lot of people didn't think it was one of the best movies, but I think he did a pretty good job as the villain in that as well. But so he gives it his all. I was really impressed with Henry Melling. He's coming on playing Edgar Allan Poe, and Edgar Allan Poe was known for being a little off, a little creepy, and this guy definitely he gives that vibe, and Henry Melling is acting the heck out of it. But he's also, even though he's got kind of these weird character tropes and he's just a little off, he's helping Christian Bale's inspector character try to solve these murders that are happening at West Point Academy. Some cadets are being killed, and then their bodies are actually, after they've been killed and they've been found and everything, then all of a sudden somebody going in and doing stuff to the bodies and things like that. So it gets into almost two mysteries: the murders themselves, and then why this desecration that's happening. What is it about? Is there some ritual involved or things like that? And so very interesting. They're working together. Lucy Boynton's character is somebody who Edgar Allan Poe kind of starts falling for a little bit, and is she tied into some of this mysterious stuff that's happening as well, these cadets disappearing. And by the end of the movie, it's very, they solve the mystery, and you think you're ready for the movie to end, and all of a sudden there's a pretty decent sized twist at the end that, discerning people might be able to kind of figure out from some of the clues that are given along the way. But I'm very much a surface level movie watcher. I was like, oh, wow, they're doing this. When the twist came, it was pretty cool. And so there's definitely an opportunity to rewatch, to try to see little clues and hints dropped here and there about that twist. So pretty cool, well put together movie. You could definitely tell, the director, even with, you think like, oh, as a director of horror movies like Antlers, I mean, with Crazy Heart and some other things that he's directed in the past, he definitely has the directing chops. So you could tell the movie was really well put together. The acting was really great. The story was good. It's actually based on a 2003 novel, same name, The Pale Blue Eye. And they adapted it for this, and I believe they did a really good job. So that is The Pale Blue Eye, currently on Netflix, just came out last week. More than likely, if you sign on your Netflix account, it'll be one of the first things that pops up since it's brand new. Now, the other movie is Troll, which a little smaller. It was definitely a Norwegian foreign film. It was directed by Roar, and you'll have to apologize if the names of these are hard. So it's Roar Uthog, and he actually most recently directed the U.S. film Tomb Raider, the 2018 reboot of Tomb Raider that came out. He actually directed that before this, and but now he's going back to doing another Norwegian film, and this is very much almost like a kaiju film using a troll, and use like the kind of the folklore and the different things that the mythologies of trolls from that country. So disliking the sound of church bells, not liking Christians, sunlight being able to turn them to stone. It covers all those kind of grounds, but it is very kind of a smaller film, but fun, very kind of monster movie kind of thing. So that was enjoyable. It is in. It has the subtitles in English, but it's also dubbed in English. And when I first put it on, I'll typically, when I watch a foreign movie, I'll usually watch it with the subtitles because I don't find that dubs are usually very well acted and can kind of take you out of the movie. But this one automatically went to the English dub when I put it on, and it took me 5-10 minutes into the movie before I realized, I'm like, oh, this isn't the actors actually speaking. And I can see the difference of the lips because the dub was actually really well acted for these kind of dubbed films. A lot of times you won't see that, but the dubbing was really well. So I watched it in English, and I thought that I didn't think that it lost anything in translation. I might have to try it again in its native language, but for me the dub went well. So if you're one of those that doesn't watch foreign films because you don't like subtitles, the English dub on this was really well done, so you could enjoy that too. And that was Trolls. It was released on Netflix last year, and you might have to dig for this one a little bit. It wasn't right on the front screen when you popped into Netflix like the Pale Blue Eye will be, but I enjoyed them both. Pale Blue Eye as a film, much better, very well directed. The acting was all top notch, and I think that was a very well done movie. And then Trolls is just fun, just a lot of fun. And like I said, if you're not against putting on a foreign movie and enjoying just some different, the aesthetics of a different country, Norway is gorgeous. The locations that they shot at just have some really beautiful places. So those are both fun. Again, both on Netflix. You can find them. Just sign into your Netflix account. And that's all I've got for today for my ramblings. Thank you for listening, and you all have a great day.